What's up guys, I'm trainer Amy Jo, and today I'm going to do a tutorial on the video that I did earlier about a tight booty. So we're going to talk about the exercises that we did and explain to you why they work and also dive a little bit deeper into that muscle-mind connection. Okay, are we ready? Let's do it. So our very first exercise that we did, I had you do with the kickbacks right here. The point in this is to increase the hip extension, okay? So you're pumping blood into your muscle cell, right into the glute area because of the resistance on the band. So if I were to essentially tuck my hips under like this and go, I'm using more of my low back. And if I extend this way, once again, I'm using more of my low back. You want to have a nice round pelvis tilt on these, so all you need is a small range of motion while contracting the glute. So it's all about pumping blood volume into whatever muscle group that you're trying to work, because what that does is that tears down the muscle fibers and increases the size of the muscle. So this is a great exercise to do that. Squats and heavier exercises are going to really break down the muscle fibers even more. But at the same time, they also really burn down our knee joints, our hip joints. So we want to make sure too we have that balance. So from Sunday to Saturday, you can't have too many of the heavy squats, the heavy lunges, because of what it does for on your joints. The way that we still increase the blood pump into the muscle cell is by using the higher rep exercises like the ones I've shown you in our perfect glute exercise video. So our second one that we did was using the stability ball. And this one is similar to the kickbacks, because when you roll out and you're here pumping, once again, you don't want to hyperextend your back because you're using your back too much on the exercise. So you want a pelvis tilt, roll your hips in. Then as you're pressing your heels, keep your heels close together, and you're squeezing the glutes as you press up towards the ceiling. So what that does is the heels are pressed together and you're pushing towards the ceiling. It's contracting the glute and it's almost putting so much pressure on there, unlike if you had heavier weight on you, you can only do 8 reps. Well, this one, you can go a lot higher reps, pushing more blood into the glute area. Next exercise is our deadlift. So this one was the Kettlebell Deadlift. We did a higher rep, we did it for 20. So the deadlift here is stretching the muscle right here, and as you're coming up, you're squeezing and contracting. Not too far forward, it's just enough. You feel that contraction, that means you go again. Once you come up, you feel that contraction, that means you go again. So it's that stretching motion. Right here is where the muscle fibers are tearing. Okay, this is tear, contract, pump. Tear, contract, pump, pushing blood in there. So that's kind of the nature of the kettlebell, doing it nice and slow, keeping your back flat, tucked in, opens up right in between the hamstring and your lower glute, so that allows to build that area. The very last one that we did was the band around your knees. And this one is great because they're so low impact. So it's not hurting your hips or knees. So you put this around your knees. And there's different sizes too. So there's different strengths of bands. I think this one's like a heavy. So I think there's a few different ones. So just pay attention to that when you're buying the bands. This one here, you go up on your toes. Already you feel the difference in your glutes contracted than if you were down here. So it's just a variation to isolating the glutes and making sure that you're getting the right contraction in the right area with that muscle-mind connection, and then you're coming up and squeezing on these. So this one's working the outer glute just enough. So if too big range of motion, that's not getting it. It's small. We work smarter, not harder. So this is essentially pumping more blood into the glutes once again when done correctly. So the nature of the glute muscle is it's large. It's a big muscle group. So we want to make sure that you're doing quite a bit with them because it's a large muscle group. So you can have a day where you're maybe going a little bit heavier with your squats and your lunges and really tearing down the muscle fiber, putting a lot of tension and putting a lot of force on the glute. But then there's other days where you can maybe involve this that is not so heavy and hard on your hips and knees as well. So this is another great way to incorporate glutes. And once again, if it's a weak area for you, then you're probably going to want to incorporate more glutes throughout the week versus someone else who feels like it's their strength. Maybe they would do it once or twice a week. So hopefully these tips tutorial gave you a little bit deeper of understanding on glute exercises, how to really create that muscle-mind connection with the glutes. And I mean, it applies to all muscle groups, really. It's just what are we talking about? What exercises are we trying to dive into? So leave me a thumbs up, comment below if you guys have other questions, because this is important. If you can't just go through the motions and expect the same results if someone else is doing the exact same exercises that you are, but it has that muscle-mind connection and is really thinking about every rep that they're doing. So we work smarter, not harder. I hope to see you guys next time. Hope this video was helpful for you, and we'll see you later.